The following presentation is called How Solar Panels Can Reduce Your Carbon Footprint. Presentation by Andrew Hemis. In this presentation, I will be covering several different topics. They include what is CO2 and where does it come from, how do Australian households produce emissions, what solar panels do, how solar panels can help an average Australian household, and how much money do solar panels actually save you. What is carbon dioxide? According to National Geographic 2014, carbon dioxide, or CO2, is a greenhouse gas. It is one of the most common known gases, but it is also one of the largest pollutants that is impacting our environment and warming the earth. There is a vast amount of ways that CO2 is created. There are natural ways, such as the decomposition of plants and soil. It can also be produced by human-based sources, such as the production of cement, the deforestation of our environment, and the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas that humans use to produce energy. But what is carbon dioxide's impact on our Earth? According to Cassandra Rose, Demand Media 2014, contrary to popular belief, CO2 does not actually have a direct impact on the Earth's ozone layer. Rather, it slows the rate of reproduction where the holes already are. What is Australia's environmental impact? According to carbonneutral.com.au 2014, Australia produces approximately 1.5% of the total greenhouse gas emissions in the entire world. Per capita, this measurement shows that we are one of the largest polluters in the world. 45% of the emissions produced from an average Australian household are from electrical utilities. The other 55% is split between other utilities such as transport and waste. What is the average energy consumption in Australia? According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, 2.6 is the average amount of people that live in the common Australian household. The Australian Bureau of Statistics have also done a vast amount of research when it comes to emission output, and statistics from 2003 to 2004 showed that the average energy consumption by individual Australians was 21 gigajoules per person. With this information gathered, it shows that an average energy production by the average household is 54.6 kilojoules of energy per year. Solar power production. First of all, what are solar panels? Solar panels are panels that we install in our houses that harness the energy from the sun to produce power. When looking at getting solar panels, the amount of energy produced from the panels is dependent on the sign of the system, as you can see by the table. Because solar panels are one of the most common forms of renewable energy available to domestic areas, it is one of the easiest ways to reduce the CO2 emissions from your house. For example, as seen in this table, by installing a 1 kilowatt system onto a house in Melbourne, Australia, over the course of a year, 1,314 kilowatts of energy would be produced by that solar panel. Reducing your footprint. With all the information gathered from the previous slides, this provides us with the data needed to prove how installing a solar panel on your house can reduce the amount of CO2 output from an average Australian household. For this scenario, we'll be using three key factors. They are: the house is located in Melbourne, Australia, the household contains 4 people, and they will be installing a 1 kilowatt system. Now, because the average Australian produces 21 gigajoules of energy per year, this means that house will be producing an average of 84 gigajoules per year as well. To show how installing solar panels can reduce your carbon footprint, we need to do some mathematics. 1 gigajoule of energy is equivalent to 277.8 kilowatts of energy. So by multiplying the 84 gigajoules by the 277.8 kilowatts, it gives us 23,333.2 kilowatts of energy produced by that household. Now we need to work out how much energy solar panels can produce. As seen in a previous slide, this particular panel produces on average 1,314 kilowatts of energy per year in Melbourne. So, This panel will then reduce the energy output of the house from 23,333.2 kilowatts to 22,019.2 kilowatts. To truly understand the extent of a solar panel's impact on a household, we will need to break down the information down even further.
The further investigation that is required is to actually work out how much carbon is being produced by the household. Now, according to carbonfund.org 2014, the way to calculate emissions is 0.0005925 metric tonnes of CO2 per kilowatt. Now, relating it back to our house, this will work out to be 13.046 metric tonnes of CO2 produced by that household per year.
One of the most common things people look at when installing solar panels is how much money they will save. Due to the lack of information, I will be looking at a 1.5 kilowatt solar panel system rather than a 1 kilowatt system. According to liveinvictoria.vic.gov.au 2014, the average electricity and gas bill in Melbourne is $517.50 per month. So, how do we work out how much we can save by installing solar panels? Now, to work out how much you can actually save by installing a solar panel system, we will need to do the following equations. $517.50 is the average gas and electricity bill per month in Melbourne. So, over the course of 12 months, that works out to be $6,210. According to solargain.com.au 2014, the average output from a 1.5 kilowatt system in Melbourne is 5.4 kilowatts per day, and that can save you up to $306 per year. So, installing this system, you'll be able to reduce your costs from $6,210 to $5,904, as you can see in this graph. The information provided in this presentation about solar panels has showed several things. It's shown by installing a 1 kilowatt solar panel system, you can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide produced by a household by up to 0.779 metric tonnes. This is actually equivalent to 379 kilos of coal not being burnt. It also shows that not only are you able to help the environment, but you're also able to save money.